10 authorities have just identified the 10th person who died in the Gabriel House fire in Fall River. She is 70-year-old Helena Lawler. And tonight we're hearing from the owner of the Gabriel House. Good evening, everyone. I'm Patrice Wood.
I'm Gene Valicenti. A spokesperson says the building's sprinklers were tested and worked just days before the fire. NBC 10's Gabriel Caracciolo live in that city where investigators have been all day too. Gabrielle?
Gene, Patrice, investigators say that because of how severely damaged some parts of the building here are, it can be difficult to determine that cause of the fire. But in a new statement today from the owner of the Gabriel House, we're learning they say they want those answers too. A week after a fire at the Gabriel House killed 10 people, a spokesperson says they're fully cooperating with the investigation. In a new statement Monday, the facility said, quote, ensuring the safety of our residents has always been our paramount responsibility since our purchase of Gabriel House in late 1999. Maintaining compliance with all safety and building codes has always been our priority, and there were quarterly inspections of the fire suppression system, the latest as recently as 5 days prior to the fire. All those documents, they say, have been handed over to investigators. In the wake of the fire, all assisted living residences in Massachusetts now have to work with the state to ensure they're safe.
So we want to make sure that they are front and center, these issues, and that they're looking at them all the time.
Starting today, they have to share details about evacuations with residents and families in a letter. The procedures will have to be posted inside each residence unit and in common areas. And they must submit their site-specific disaster and emergency preparedness plan to the state. One thing we heard from the fire chief here was that for fire drills and things of that sort, it was mainly for the workers and not necessarily for the people living there. Is that something you think needs to change?
We are looking at whether we would want to require resident participation in drills. I think that is a really good area for discussion.
There's a lot more oversight and rules, regulations when it comes to nursing homes compared to assisted living facilities. Why is that?
You are not entering a healthcare facility. So that is the main difference. This operates, it's a tenant-landlord relationship between the assisted living and the resident. It is not a healthcare facility patient relationship. We need to have some discussion about what we do to mitigate risk as some of the residents become more frail, because they don't necessarily want to move into health institutions or facilities as their needs increase.
In Fall River, the Gabriel House statement says, we, like them, realize the importance of knowing exactly what caused this catastrophe and if there were factors that made it worse. Our community, our residents, and most of all, the families who have suffered these unimaginable losses deserve nothing less. And investigators from the state fire marshal's office are here right now still working on that investigation. But in the last couple of minutes, we have just learned the Bristol County District Attorney's Office is going to hold a press conference tomorrow afternoon to discuss some of the preliminary findings. And we'll make sure to keep you updated on air and online as we get some of those answers. Live in Fall River, Gabriel Caracciolo, NBC 10 News.